You put in the hours, clock out, and wait for that direct deposit to hit. But by the end of the month, you're looking at your bank account wondering where it all went. It's a frustrating cycle, earning more, but feeling like you have nothing to show for it. To break that cycle, we are going to use the 50-30-20 rule. Popularized by Harvard bankruptcy expert Elizabeth Warren, this framework is designed to diagnose exactly where your money is leaking and give you a concrete map for building wealth. Before we start, gather 3 things: your recent pay stub, a printed bank statement, and 3 highlighters: red, yellow, and green. Taking these raw, unorganized numbers and putting them through a color-coded audit strips away the anxiety of budgeting. We are going to turn a stressful chore into a clear strategy to maximize your earning potential. Step 1 is figuring out exactly how much money you actually have to work with. Most people make a critical error right at the start. They look at the final deposit that hits their checking account and build their entire budget around that single number. Look at this pay stub graphic. Locate that final net pay amount. That is our starting point, but it is not our baseline. First, we ignore the mandatory deductions: federal taxes, state taxes, and Medicare. Leave those alone. They are gone before you ever had a choice, so we don't count them in your usable income. Next, look for your voluntary savings. If you are contributing to a 401k or another retirement plan, that money is yours. Add that deduction amount back to your net pay. Finally, do the same for essential benefits like your health insurance premiums. Add that cost back in. The resulting number is your true after-tax income. If you skip this math and only use your bank deposit, you artificially shrink your budget. You would be counting the money you spend on retirement and healthcare as if it doesn't exist, which completely skews your financial reality. These 3 volume indicators show how we divide that true income into specific buckets. 50% goes to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings and debt repayment. Let's assume your true after-tax income is $5,000 a month. That means your needs bucket gets half. You have exactly $2,500 to cover your essentials. Next, multiply that $5,000 by 30%. That gives you a limit of $1,500 for your wants. Finally, the remaining 20% leaves you with a $1,000 target for savings and extra debt repayment. Calculating these 3 hard numbers establishes objective, emotion-free boundaries. These mathematical limits define exactly what a sustainable lifestyle costs you every month. Step 3 is the reality check. Take your printed 30-day bank statement and uncap those highlighters. Looking at this sample bank statement, we'll start with the red highlighter. Needs are your strict survival criteria: housing, utilities, basic groceries, and insurance. If you absolutely require it to live and work, highlight it in red. There is a strict rule for debt here. The minimum required payments on your student loans or credit cards must be categorized as red needs. You have to pay those minimums to avoid default and protect your credit. Next, grab the yellow highlighter for your wants. These are discretionary lifestyle enhancements: dining out, premium streaming subscriptions, hobbies, and travel. Be careful here. It is incredibly easy to confuse a want with a need. Buying ingredients for dinner at the grocery store is a need. Paying $5 for a drive-through coffee every morning is a want. Be honest with yourself. Finally, use the green highlighter for savings and debt. These are wealth-building actions: transfers to your emergency fund, deposits into your brokerage account, and those 401k deductions we calculated earlier, all going green. And remember that minimum payment rule? Any extra money you put toward a credit card balance or loan, above the required minimum, belongs in this green savings category, because paying down principal actively builds your net worth. This color-coded audit strips away denial. It exposes the mathematical reality of your behavioral habits. Now add up the total dollar amounts for all of your red, yellow, and green highlights. This side-by-side bar chart compares your actual spending against those ideal target limits we calculated earlier. For most people doing this the first time, there is a massive gap. You might discover your current reality looks more like a 60-35-5 distribution. If your needs category is bloated past 50%, you need to make systemic changes. That means taking action like shopping around to negotiate lower car insurance rates, or even considering a move to downsize your housing costs. If your wants category is overflowing, look for immediate cuts. Run an audit on your recurring subscriptions and cancel what you don't use, or commit to a temporary reduction in dining out. The funds you recover by trimming your needs and wants have one specific job. They must be immediately redirected to fix a deficient savings category. The main reason your numbers get skewed in the first place is lifestyle creep. As your income grows over the years, your casual spending naturally expands to consume that extra money without you ever noticing. Plugging these specific percentage leaks forces that creeping water back into the pipes. It is the only reliable way to reclaim your lost income potential and permanently align your daily spending with your long-term goals. The ultimate way to guarantee this system works is to automate it. Set up automatic transfers for that 20% savings target to hit the exact same day your paycheck does. Pay yourself first, before the money is even visible in your checking account. Now, there is an exception. If you live in a high cost of living area like New York or San Francisco, maintaining a rigid 50% limit on your needs is mathematically almost impossible because housing takes such a heavy premium. In those environments, the 60-20-20 adaptation is a valid alternative. You allow 60% for your needs and shrink your wants down to 20%. The key here is that the 20% savings rate remains non-negotiable. Establishing the structure allows for guilt-free spending in the 30% wants bucket. You spend knowing tomorrow's wealth is secured by the other categories. Intentional, percentage-based budgeting breaks the cycle. It is the difference between working endlessly for a paycheck and forcing your paycheck to work for you.